vaccination was widely seen as evidence that Enlightenment principles of science could work. And there was a tremendous, a great deal of excitement about this on both sides of the pond. I mean, Thomas Jefferson himself, sort of classic Enlightenment intellectual type, wrote Edward Jenner a letter saying, "Your name's going to go down in the history of science as, one of the great men, one of the great achievements of all time. God bless you," and so on. It was a very affectionate letter towards Jenner, and so it became kind of, I guess you would say, part of the fabric of American experience with infectious disease, that vaccination in particular would be seen as a great thing. Obviously, this has been going on now for 225 years. If you've had a chance to read Aaron Series' book, Vaccines, Amen, you'll see that clearly a fully uncritical attitude towards anything and everything called a vaccine is not warranted by the science. I encourage you to read that book. I think it's one of the most interesting books I've ever encountered, and it leaves you with a sense of shock and sadness and almost doom about how little tested, for example, most of the shots that are on the childhood schedule are today, and most everything we call vaccination has not been thoroughly vetted for effectiveness or safety. That's, I guess, the burden of the book. So my investigation here was trying to trace out how we got to this point where we're so culturally uncritical towards it. I mean, like, it's even to the point that opening up a video on this topic makes me personally nervous. Maybe it's because I'm rather new to the topic. I have to say that when the COVID lockdowns first happened, I was obviously a wild opponent of it. I mean, I couldn't believe that they were trying to control infectious disease by urging you to hop under your sofa and stay there for the duration, and not have any house parties. I knew that was wrong for a number of reasons. One is a fast mutating respiratory virus with a zoonotic reservoir cannot be eradicated or even controlled by reducing the R naught through social isolation. That's absurd. The virus doesn't have anywhere to go. It's still going to be out there. As soon as you unlock down, it's going to spread just as it spread before. So this whole thing struck me as crazy. But one thing I hadn't really considered is a possibility that medical science would attempt to invent an inoculation against this pathogen that they thought would be effective. I didn't even imagine that they would ever attempt such a thing.